Recording, beautiful. Got the thumbs up on that. Thank you. Right, we're recording. Brilliant. Welcome everyone to our Wednesday night Magic Moments Movement Zoom. As I said last week, we're genuinely excited to be doing this. This is our second one, and we have an amazing and very generous woman on our call who's going to be our glitter bomb and share some amazing insights to our business with you. Now, we normally would kick off with doing a bit of a product share, but tonight, no, we've got a limited window with Kristine Drummond, and we're going to snatch it rather than banging on about our amazing product. But before we do that, I will say, if you don't know what it is, our fruits and vegetables in a capsule or soft chew form, or our Omega blend in the capsule, or our complete shakes, our whole food meal replacement, get back in touch with the person that invited you onto this Zoom and let them fill you in. We've got some amazing videos that can share with you and bridge that gap, so to speak. Is what we do anyway with our brand of nutrition. But tonight we're going to get focused right on into the business. Now I'm not going to go into the ins and outs of the business and the mechanics of the business. What I want to do is literally hand over to Kristine Drummond to just let her share with you all her story about where she was in life before coming into the network marketing arena, and how it was sort of introduced to her, if there was any skepticism around it, what she did to engage with it, the difference the product itself made for her and her life and the people around her that she loves, and then obviously the business, and as you'll probably hear from her, the lifestyle change that it's given, and that is the stuff that gets me frothing. We were just having a quick chat before we got on the recording tonight, and it's just the values behind our company, the integrity in which we go out and meet people and genuinely connect with people to truly serve upon them. And if they want our help, great. And if they want to know how we can serve them, great. If they don't, that's also okay. We love having them as friends just the same. So firstly, I'm going to read out Kristine's bio to you. Kristine is a mum of 2 kids and started her business when her daughter Summer was 4 months old. Since then, Kristine has helped to inspire thousands, and I dare say maybe thousands and thousands, because you just, as I mentioned, you wouldn't know how many people you're getting into every day. I am one of them. Thousands of people through her message of good health and living life to its fullest. Kristine is a 100 Club NMD. Please share that with us and what that means, because that there will explain, boom, how it's not just 100, it's so many more people that you're bleeding into. But she's a 100 Club NMD and has had many successes in this business, including being able to bring her partner Tom home from being a fly-in, fly-out worker. So again, I can't wait to hear that, because that's the stuff that gets me excited. And it's been able to allow her to be a full-time mum and with her family. So Kristine, that's your bio, but I'm just going to say to everyone, you're just an awesome chick, a generous chick. I stalk you, and I know other people stalk you in a really cool way, not a weird way. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you share with us tonight. So I'm going to spotlight you and unmute you.
Thank you so much for having me, Paul, guys. I really, really appreciate it. What a great introduction. Thank you, Paul. And as you said, we don't have anything with each other's business, but it's amazing the spirit of the business behind, or the people behind the business, which really makes it. So for me, it all started when I was about 8 years old. And I know that sounds really weird, but when I was about 8 years old, I was watching my parents come home from their jobs miserable. They worked with negative people. They didn't really like the work they were doing, but they kept doing it because they felt like they weren't skilled. They felt like they couldn't do anything else, and it was putting food on the table. They didn't dream. They put their dreams on hold for us kids. And I remember making the decision when I was about 8 years old that would never be me. I always knew I was put on this planet to do more with my life. When they ask you questions at school, what do you want to be when you grow up? And you get the typical hairdresser, fireman, police officer, all that kind of thing. None of that. I didn't want to be any of those things. I didn't know what I wanted to be, but I just knew I was here for some bigger purpose. So before, when I left school, I went straight into hospitality. Then I went back to university as a mature age student to get into the corporate world. And I went into human resources, and it just didn't fulfill me. I was working, on call 24/7. I hated all the paperwork. It was not fulfilling at all. And I thought, what can I do where it will allow me to help people? So I studied to be a personal trainer, and it was amazing. When I was studying, though, to be a personal trainer, I was going through IVF in a previous life with an ex-husband. We tried for 7 years to have kids. And during that time, not once did one person say to me, Drummo, what are you putting in your mouth? What are you eating? Like, what's your lifestyle? What's the stresses in your life? No one, not even the doctors, no one. The only thing the doctor told me to do was cut out exercise. And if you know me, you will know that that's one of my highest values. And that was very difficult to do. And at the same time that I was going through the IVF, my mum got a really aggressive breast cancer. And because I was doing the IVF and having the injections every day, they wouldn't let me travel to be with my mum in Wagga when she was going through one of the most difficult times in her life. And again, not one person reached out to my mum, not even any of the doctors reached out to her and said, Wendy, what are you putting in, like, what's in your diet? What are your lifestyle factors? What are the stresses in your life? And it wasn't until I looked back a couple of years later and thought, holy smokes, like, no one was educating us at our worst around food, nutrition, health, anything like that, lifestyle. And so when Juice Plus came into my life, I was a personal trainer and I thought I was doing a good job, but I was recommending Up and Goes to my clients. That's how crazy I thought I was doing a good job recommending Up and Goes because it had protein in it. So all the education that I've learnt since then has really, I suppose, rocketed my mission and my, I suppose it was like the last jigsaw piece to the puzzle for me. As soon as I heard fruits and vegetables in a capsule, like I was looking at all my clients' food diaries that were coming in every day, and no one was getting enough fruits and veggies. Everyone's diet was carb loaded. The pastas, the breads, the toast, like it was crazy the amount of carbs that were going through people's bodies that then turn into sugar, and they have all sorts of digestive issues and health issues. And for me, fruits and vegetables in a capsule just made sense. So I started on the product myself. Summer was 4 months old. I was a zombie mum, and I didn't really understand the full potential in the business until probably about 18 months in. I got quite a few customers and a few team, and I was doing okay in the business. But I never really got the vision until I went to one of my daughter's special persons day when she was 2, and all these kids were missing their mums and dads. Their mums and dads couldn't come to their special persons day because their mums and dads had to go to full-time work. And I remember taking some of these kids under my wing that day, and I still remember their little faces peering through the gate, hoping that the next person that walked through that gate was their mum and dad. And they had tears streaming down their face, and it absolutely broke my heart. And I remember pulling my daughter aside that day, and I said to her, that will never, ever be you. You will never, ever feel alone or that mummy and daddy are not there. We will always be there. And I've made that promise to her, and I've kept that promise, and I've never missed any of her special events, sporting days or whatever in her life. And I want to continue to do that. And we've got a 1-year-old little boy now as well. And before he was born, my partner's always worked FIFO. That's all we've ever known. But it got to a stage about 2 years ago where our daughter was hugging a phone every night to say goodnight to her daddy, and it absolutely broke my heart. And I was like, this is not normal. This is not how a family is supposed to be. And I said to my partner that night, I was just in tears, and I said, just give me a figure, babe. Like, give me a figure to make in my business that's going to allow you to come home. And in December, not the one just gone, the one before, I out-earned him, and he was able to come home for 7 months full time and just be a stay-at-home dad. He didn't have any work to go to, and we just had another baby. We had little Archer, and so Tom got that quality time. And last year, our daughter started school for the first time, and as a family, we got to walk her to school, and that's something that Tom would miss out on normally. So to be able to have that luxury, with not many dads get that, that was absolutely amazing for me to be able to do that. And it's all because in the back of my mind, every time I got a no, every time someone told me I was crazy for doing this or chasing my dreams or being part of this industry, in the back of my mind, I kept saying to myself, you're not going to stop me from being there for my little girl. You're not going to stop me from bringing my partner home from the mines, you know. And that was my fuel. I used it as my fuel. And I think that's so important, because so often I see so many mums out there that we lose ourselves. We lose that independent, fun-loving girl we used to be before we had kids. And then all of a sudden our dreams go on the shelf. We make everybody else's needs a priority instead of our own. And if we don't start taking care of ourselves first and foremost, we can't be the best version of ourselves. So I really feel like that's my passion now. That's my mission, is to empower other women and other mums to start dreaming again, to start putting yourself first. And everything comes back to nutrition. When you take care of yourself at that nutritional level, not only are you healthier, but you're happier. You make better decisions. You are more positive. You have a better quality of life. You know, you have better relationships and everything. It just all stems, less stress, less depression, and all those kind of things. So everything comes back to nutrition, and that's where the Juice Plus products really help. And I see Juice Plus, it's kind of like a lifestyle transformation, if you like. So the Juice Plus business is at the core, and then stemming off that, you've got all these branches. So you get better health because you get on our incredible products, which are all backed by science. They're the most researched and the highest rated nutritional product in the world. So they are absolutely bulletproof. And then you've got better wealth, because we are putting money straight into your pocket. You know, as soon as you share Juice Plus with a friend or family member, I know, thank you. You can, you know, we're putting money straight in your pocket, and then you get, like, there is no limit to the amount of earning potential you can have in this business. You know, your mind is your only limit. It's not the sky, it's your mind. So, and then we've got mindset. You get a better mindset being part of this business, because you are surrounded by the most incredible thought leaders and mentors and coaches that I've ever come across. And we do lots of self-development. So you get to grow as a person. You get to put your own creativity and flair on this business and step into your own greatness. And then we've got contribution. And contribution is so important if you want to live a fulfilling life. Like, I truly believe that when you start making it about other people, when you start wanting to help more people than you want to help yourself, and you really want to give back to something that's bigger than you, that's where you make a real difference in the world. And alone, we can only do so much. And that's why we always look to link arms with like-minded people, people who understand the importance of health, people who know that the world is in pain right now. It needs a big hug. You know, there's never been a time where we've been fatter, sicker, more disease, more stressed, more depressed than ever before. And I know there's so many other companies out there that you could go with, but the message of fruits and vegetables is timeless. It is never going to go away. So if you put your business hat on right now, this is a very smart business decision. It's only $165 to start this business, and you can be in a positive cash flow position from day one. Okay, sometimes I wish this business was a bit more, because I think people would put in a bit more effort, but it is only $165. There's no staff issues. There's no paperwork. You don't have to stock any product. All the systems are there. All you have to do is talk to people. How easy is that? I shouldn't say it's easy. It's simple. It's not always easy. But in this life, you get to choose your hard. Okay, and you know what's harder for me than this business? Going to a full-time job, working on someone else's dreams, missing out on my kids growing up, watching someone else see my boy's first steps, his first words. Oh, I'm getting emotional about it. That's hard. And you get to choose your hard in this life, okay? And I don't want to choose that hard. I want to choose this hard, because I'm in control of the hours I work. I don't have to report to a boss. I don't have to check in and say, I'm not coming in today, my kid's sick, or I'm sick, or I'm hungover, which is kind of like the other day. I don't have to check in, and I'm in control. I have the flexibility to be able to, you know, start work at 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, do a couple of hours, pick my daughter up from school, play with her in the afternoon, pick my son up, you know, play with them, and then I can do a bit more at night. Like, I've got that flexibility, and that's what I want to teach other people, because in the corporate world, I didn't know that this existed. And if you're watching this for the first time, you may not know it existed either. So I'm here to tell you that this industry is not perfect. but it is a better way, especially if you want to get ahead in life. And going to work 9 to 5, or it's more like 6 to 6 these days, for someone else is not cutting it anymore. I don't know anyone that's getting ahead or getting wealthy or living life on their terms, you know, selling themselves for a wage, going to work for somebody else. So you've got to start looking for other streams of income. And this industry is the most incredible way to do that, because it is so low risk. I mean, you can go and do shares and you can go and do property, but that all takes so much money to even get started. Okay, this is where it's at, guys. And in the next 3 to 5 years, this industry is going to be the largest employer in the world. Everyone's turning to the network marketing industry because it's just a referral-based business. It's like going to a good movie and sharing the awesome experience from the movie with people. That's exactly what we get to do. Share this incredible product and how life-changing it's been for us. And you all know people in your life right now who are suffering with their health, whether they've got some sort of health condition, whether they're just a fatigued mama who is thinking like a zombie right now, whether they've got some sort of skin condition or digestive issues, or they're not even pooping every day. We get that one a lot. We talk about poo a lot in this business. I love it. So whatever it is, there is someone out there, even if it's your own health, that you could reach out to and absolutely change the quality of that person's life just through these incredible quality products that we have. And, you know, all I ask is that you ask yourself, what if this could be the thing that, you know, ticks all the boxes for you, aligns with your values? Because that's the thing. You have to find what aligns with your values. What can you be passionate about? But for me, this is the smartest business decision I've ever made. And I've had a lot of businesses in my life, and this one is by far the smartest, because it's something that everybody needs. It's something that all ages can take. Both sexes can take it. Pregnant women, breastfeeding women can take it. And to me, that is very rare. Apart from things like toilet paper, it's very hard to find something that the entire population can take that's really good for them. So that's pretty much it, Paul. Was there anything else that I go on tangents? I'm sorry. I don't know if you want me to add anything else in there.
Hey, the tangents are awesome. I love the tangents. It was God. The whole way through that, I was just literally thinking to myself, I'm so glad this is recording. So thanks, Christina, for telling me to record. I can't wait to share this with people who weren't on here tonight, and I'm stoked to get back with the people that are and just see what it has done for them. Some things that stood out, mate, was fruits and veggies being timeless. Like, you couldn't have said that more perfectly, like in terms of our profession or our industry being an amazing industry. Choosing a company that's going to be right for you. If good nutrition resonates with you, which I think it does for most people, or for those that it doesn't, they want it to. You couldn't have said that better. I love that you choose your hard, and it's so true, because I always think I'm going to be working hard anyway. So, you know, what do I want to be working hard on? Because that's the reality. It's not perfect, but it's a better way. Love it. Just hit me straight. I got that one. The low risk industry. And what popped into my mind when you were saying that was really the only risk in this is the chance that you might grow yourself. Like you're either not going to, or you're going to do a lot of it, or you're going to be on this continual path. So that to me is the only real risk. The pooping, that's up there with your disco wee, you know. Like the pooping it's so true. It's incredible to. I know it. I run into people that just don't poo regularly, and it is actually, like jokes aside, such a marker of an individual's health. And then the aligning with our values. That was again, that's just it's been happening for a while now, but it's just getting stronger and stronger every day. So I really like that. What I want to do is, I know you've got to go and you want to go now, so I'm going to let you go. But I would love you to share with everyone what a typical day in Kristine Drummond's work world with Juice Plus would be. Like, for example, you did say that the company's taking all the hard work out, and we just talk to people. I mentioned that last week. We literally get paid to talk to people. So whether that's someone random when you're doing a drop-off at school, or in the grocery aisle at the shops, or an old friend that you've reconnected with, or someone that you've just met for the first time, or I don't know, someone in the park, whatever, can you just give us an idea of what a day is? Because we've got some new people on the call tonight, and as I mentioned, Julie is one of them. is what would, you know, what's our job description? You know, what's our job? What's a Kristine Drummond job description? What do you get up and do every? What are you thinking? Okay, to grow your business. If you're talking about bringing $1 into your business.
Yeah, awesome. Great question. So it always starts with mindset. So there's a few things I do in the morning to get myself in that peak resourceful state. And the moment that my eyes open, I'm constantly thinking positive, inspiring thoughts. I usually either do a workout first thing in the morning, or I wait till the kids are gone to school. But with whatever it is, I'm always starting the day with morning meditation, my I am statements, and my positive affirmation statements. I usually read through my mission statement as well, my life's mission statement. And then, then I usually drop the kids off to school, and then I'm starting work about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And I always start with follow-ups. Okay, I think follow-ups are way more important than new conversations, because those people have already had a couple of exposures, and we all know that it takes 5, 6, 7 exposures sometimes for people to understand what we have to offer, you know, whether it's the product or the business. So I start with follow-ups. I also make sure that I post every day, very consistent. It might be 1 to 3 times a day. Then I visualize it as a pipe. So I'm constantly trying to fill my pipe. So I'm always looking for ways to have new conversations, reach out to people. So exactly like you said, Paul, whether it's someone, a mum at the school, or whether it's someone in a group that I've joined, I'm constantly adding new friends, at least 5 a day, to my Facebook. And then I'm trying to send out at least 3 links a day. So 3 links that are going to showcase what we have to offer. And, sending 5 invites for people to take a closer look at what we have. And that could be just through a normal conversation with someone, or it might be online. And that's pretty much what I stick to. It's Simon Chan's, what he calls the 3-5-5-5-3. So the 3 is 3 posts a day, 3 bits of content. The first 5 is adding 5 Facebook friends. The second 5 is doing 5 follow-ups. The third 5 is sending out 3 invitations to people, whether it's an invite to take a closer look at the business or invite them to an event. And then the last 3 is sending out 3 links a day. And if you can stick to that DMO, it should only take about maybe 90 minutes maximum. That's going to absolutely build a solid foundation in your business. And that's pretty much what I stick to most days. And then obviously you've got some team calls in there as well. I mean, in our team, we've got close to 1,000 people. So there is a lot of people, but I don't work with everybody. I work with the people that deserve my time, the ones that are the action takers, and then everyone else just kind of gets plugged into the group page and a part of the community and stuff like that. So that's what a typical day looks like. I mean, I take a lot of time out for family and family activities and things like that. I mean, if I want to go rollerblading or paddleboarding, I do. If I want to go swimming, running, whatever, that fits in my day. If I want to go to lunch with Tom when he's home from work, we do that. And then it's just when the kids go to bed at night, I might jump back on and do a bit of training or an event or make some calls. And that's pretty much it. When Tom's home, I'm doing probably about 4 or 5 hours a day. When he's away, I might do about 8 hours a day. It all just depends, but you don't need that much time. It's just that this is all I do, and I absolutely love it. So if you've got an hour and a half a day, you can absolutely rock this business with that DMO.
Wow, 1,000 people in your group. Wow, that's huge. So that's you've just sort of literally described your choice of hard. Wow, it seems more like fun there. Unreal. Hey, listen, I know you've got to go, and I really appreciate you getting on. If everyone could just give a wave to show their appreciation to Kristine, that's it's so gold, mate. And I know you're going to go now and do your own team stuff. So once again, thanks so much for sharing that. If I could ask you one favour, because I was just writing down as hard as I could, and I think I missed a few of them, but if you could write that Simon Chan 35553, whatever, and just text that to me, that would be gold. Only when you get a chance, or if you get a chance, or if you want to get a chance. But I'd love to share that in amongst our people, unless someone got it down. So I'll unmute everyone. Everyone can say goodbye. I just want to say thanks again so much, mate. I really appreciate your time.
My pleasure, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good night. See you later.
Bye.